Welcome back to our channel. My name is Hector with Meistergram, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to thread your Meistergram GEM 1500 TC. The GEM 1500 TC is a 15 needle auto color changing machine. Here we can see the back of the machine holds 15 spools. Spool number 1 is located on the far front right of the machine. We'll begin by taking our first thread and raising it up, locating the first eyelet. You'll notice the eyelet is purple compared to the other white ones. We'll simply pass the thread from the back towards the front and we'll continue to the first tensioner. The top tensioner has a passage on the plate. We'll thread from the back to the front through the plate, and we'll now thread in between the two tension discs. Next, we'll thread the thread tube. In order to thread the thread tube, we'll need to remove the tube from both the top and the lower portion of the machine's needle case. Using the included threading tool, we'll insert the threading tool into the thread tube. We will then hook our thread to one end, and this will allow us to pull the thread through the tube. Once you've threaded your tube, simply insert the top of the tube to the top tension and the lower part of the tube to the top of the needle case. Next, we'll insert the thread behind the top thread clamp. To open the clamp, simply push on the opposite side. Insert the thread and release. Next, we'll thread our second tensioner, also known as the main tensioner. To start, bring the thread down from the top thread clamp and hold it up against the left of the top post of the tensioner. Next, you'll insert the thread in between the two tension discs and raise the thread over and to the left of the lower post on the tensioner. We'll now thread the thread break detection wheel. To begin, we'll insert the thread behind the top hook located here. Next, we'll come over to the left and thread over and come back up off the small plastic wheel on the left of the thread break detection discs. We'll come over the disc and we will make 1.5 rotations around the thread break wheel, exiting to the left of the lower post. We'll now insert the thread behind the lower thread clamp. To do so, simply press on the opposite side and insert behind the thread clamp. This next generation GEM 1500 TC no longer has the visible check spring system. It now has it set up internally. What this means is that this portion of the needle case is much easier to thread. We'll continue from the lower tension clamp and run the thread through this gap. We will turn over and up once we reach the bottom, and we will come back up through this second gap, at which point we will now thread the take-up lever from right to left. To continue, we will bring the thread from the take-up lever and insert it into the second gap. Next, we will thread through the eyelet at the lower portion of the needle case. In order to do so, we will need to release the lower holding thread clamp in order to have the thread go through top to bottom. locate the clamp underneath the needle case and pull it towards you in order to open it. Once you have opened it, you will see a pin retract from the front of the needle case. Insert the thread into the eyelet until it is visible at the bottom. We'll continue to threading the needle. We'll begin by running the thread behind the thread guide located above the needle. And we will now thread the needle front to back. Complete this step by threading the thread through your presser foot, and then raise up the thread onto the top of the needle case and catch it on the front spring. Once you've completed threading the needle and catching the thread tail on the front spring, go ahead and trim the thread to about 2 to 3 inches long. This concludes the video on how to thread your Meistergram GEM 1500 TC. We hope you found this video useful. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and follow us for other videos. Goodbye.